Thanks, appreciate it. It's an honor to be able to talk with you guys. We're very fortunate in Bixby. We're South Tulsa suburb, and we've been very fortunate to be successful. We got a very supportive community. Our coaching staff, I feel, is one of the best around. We work well together, offensive, defensive staffs, and so forth. Our kids are really smart kids, and so we can put a lot on their plate. We play both kids. Most of our kids play on both sides of the football, with an exception of just a handful of kids. We're going to play our best 11 guys on defense. If they're the starting quarterback last year was our starting outside backer. And so that's kind of how we work things. We have a way that we kind of cross train those to get those guys reps during the week and so forth. But that's kind of who we are. We are 3-4, heavy palms, and man. And so everything I got was stolen. The head coach in 14 told me that he wanted to be a 3-4 defense when I got the coordinator title after I moved up from Texas. And so I went to work and then stole stuff off of Glazier, off of other coaches and so forth. So going to go ahead and kind of dive into this. Got a few slides here. I know we don't do a whole lot of slides, and I don't like to talk about, too much philosophy, but kind of helps just at the game plan for what we are. Let me get down here. So a little bit about me. I'm DC outside backers coach. I've been here since 2012. Before that, I was in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Worked with Greg Owens there. That's kind of home to me. A couple years before that, I was the running backs coach in Commerce. And my wife's from Oklahoma. This is my crew. And she's from here. And I promised one day we'd get back. And here we are. So been very fortunate. Love being Bixby. Thing we talk about all the time is our mission statement. We don't do anything without talking about this. We had our coaches meeting last night for spring brawl pre-planning. But we want to be the Bixby Spartan wants to be the very best, most well-respected program in Oklahoma at developing student athletes. We talk about that in every meeting, everything we have. On that same note, we're always looking for coaches. This is our head coach's email and phone number. We want to hire the best coaches because we feel that in order for us to be the best, we've got to have the best. So we're always looking for coaches. So there's that. A little bit about our stats last year was that we weren't completely happy with the way it turned, the stat wise. Obviously, winning the last game is the most important thing, most important stat, and that's the one we want to hang our hat on. But total points against us was 126, 9.7 a game, 23 sacks. Would like to have that higher. We get a lot of quick game and things like that, and a lot of 20 personnel, 21 max pro run schemes. So our max pro protections, so we don't get there a lot. 94 tackles for loss, 22 interceptions, 12 fumbles, 74 passes defended, and the special teams and defense together, we scored 139 points last year. So some pretty good stats. We would love to improve on those, obviously. And like I said, the main thing is win that last game. Real quick. This obviously is going to be recorded, so you'll be able to see this. This is our email addresses and Twitter handles for our head coach, our strength and conditioning coach, our office coordinator, and myself. We are a very we kind of pride ourselves on being a strength cult and our strength culture, and we hope that our kids can we can kind of get the maximum out of their abilities that we can, and a lot of that starts with what we do in the weight room, and there's a lot of stuff that we do there that tries to encourage those types of things. We are lucky that our strength and conditioning classes during the period are during the school day, and so when they get to us, it's about football. They lift either a 0 hour or third or fifth hour. And that allows us, when they get to us, go straight to into football, or if they have a second sport, they go to our second sport, and we always know that they're going to get the lifting in that we need them to get. First thing off here, football-wise, though, is just a little bit of what our inside backers read. This is one of our everyday drills. You can do this with a full line. You can do this. This was really early before school, and so we were just doing some reads. and we just use 3 buckets and some linebackers here. Our inside backers are toes at 5, 30 linebackers. Outside backers, they're run players first. We'll get them out of the box late for pass and help in the pass game, but they're going to be about 3 by 3, depending on what you give us. If they get a 9 technique, they're more hard 9. We're a lever spill kind of team. Our inside backers are reading triangle, so we're trying to read guard tackle to the running back. In the past 3 or 4 years, we've been getting schemed a lot, as many as you probably have, and so the false pulls by the offensive linemen have forced us to slow down just a little bit on the pull side. But we're open, close, cloudy, clear, whatever you want to call it, on the front side. We are mainly out of a tight front, 0 and 4 eyes. And then we'll get into some Okie 505 and some 5 shade 4 stuff, just depending on the game plan and how things are going. But here, this drill is something that our inside backers coach, Coach Douglas, he does this every single day in some form or fashion. And all we're looking for is, as soon as he gets reads his key, he gets a down block, he's going to trigger. The left inside backer is going to trigger. The backside inside backer is going to read pull and get over the top, just like everybody else does. Nothing rocket science there. In all reality, he's probably too fast. Okay. Because at this point right here, this is a couple years ago when this video was taken, and we weren't getting as much false pull as we get now. But you kind of see how coach sits here and sets the drill up. This is out of our 0 and 4 eyes. So odds are this gap here is going to be taken care of also with our defensive end that's in this gap, and he's just working cloudy to clear over the top. He's not really a primary fitter to the front side. So same thing here to the other side. Don't want to spend too much time on that. And then here we are with an overhang. So this would be as if this is the center here. We got a guard, we got a tackle. This would be the sniffer, the yo tight end, or whatever. This would be the backside guard. This would be the play side inside backer, play side outside backer. And so his job for us is, depending on the game plan, day 1 install, though, we're going to lever the sniffer to our inside backers. And so what that looks like is this. So we're going to play this through here. He's going to lever, and we're going to have a defensive end here. Our nose guard is not a 2-gapper. We don't have a 2-gapping nose guard, and I felt that it slowed our inside backers down, having to wait on him to read and react. So we're going to kind of give him some direction. The biggest thing is he needs to put the center in the quarterback's lap as often as he possibly can. We've played with smaller guys. We've played with a couple bigger guys. It kind of depends on what we have and what guys are able to get that job done for us. So our defensive end would be here. So the defensive end would take in this setup here would be the B-gap defender. He's going to spill this guy. What we don't have is the safety who's sitting back here also. And our safeties, if you add a guy to the box, if you're in this would be 20 personnel or 11 personnel, doesn't matter however you want it to be. This could be a tight end guy, a fullback guy. We're not going to split hairs on that. But he's the spill guy. He's the lever guy in that. So what you could also, we'll also talk about real quick is his job at the inside backer is to scrape paint off the nearest hip of the lineman. So if this lineman's blocking down on this 4-eye right here, like he most likely would on a power play when this guy kicks, this guy's the swab, his job is to scrape paint right off the edge of this bucket. If that's the work we're wanting to get, then we would put live humans here instead of buckets. But for this, for the sake of this drill this morning, we just did buckets. So you can kind of see how we fit inside out. Like I said, we're a lever spill team. There's multiple ways you can do it. If you want to go in here and blow this thing up, that's fine. We try not to go square up on the guy. We don't want to give the back a 2-way go. We want to get him to be thick, but we want him to be physical and go through the inside shoulder of the puller, the swab guy. So this would be the kick. This would be the swab. It doesn't matter if it's GT, whatever. The kick would be here. The swab, he's going to be the inside of that swab guy. Okay. Same thing coming from the backside. So this is if you got a sniffer counter look here, this would be the center. This would be the pulling guard. So the guard kicks, and this guy swabs, like I said, it doesn't matter. He's going to fit off the edge of this defensive offensive tackle here and spill the swab. And like I said, this what you don't have it here also is our safety. In this setup right here, he's going to set up right here. He's a primary fitter to the boundary, which would be over here for us. And then he's a secondary fitter to the field over here. So as this guy works to the front side, he's going to come over here and he will also get into the fit. And you'll see that as we get into some film here in just a little bit. Okay, here's a little diagram kind of what it looks like, how we fit and where guys are supposed to be. So we're in a tight front here. In zeros and 4 eyes, you can kind of see this guy is at the edge. So we have to decide each week, as you guys do, on the backside triangle right here, what are they going to do? Are they going to block out on the 4 eye and pull the tackle, or are they going to try to scoop the 4 eye and just pull the guard? Okay, and that's a discussion that's one of the things our inside backers coaches look for. Coach Douglas's job is to figure that out and tell us that in his portion of the game plan breakdown. And then so that's why we have started reading the triangle, because we have to make sure that this inside backer can see the pulling guard or the flash of the pulling tackle off the block back. Okay, so there are different things that'll happen at times. If we predetermine, hey, we want the nose to work this side this week because of game plan or because of scheme, whatever, there are times where we'll actually have 2 in a gap. Not ideal, obviously. That will be a change we have to make if the scheme changes. And so that's something that we look at as we're going through film also. But we got the arrow here I can see already. If you download a PDF and upload it into Huddle, it doesn't quite work. This arrow got moved over. He should be spilled. He should be spilled here. This guy should be over the top. The thing that does show is with this guy down, this ends may end up being the spill. We would like for him to be the spill on this arc block, okay, or this out block, and then he would become the lever. And so all he's looking at this inside backer position here, our Mike, is he's cloudy to clear. He step stacks. He's downhill. If the end's in front of him, then he's going to work over the top of him. We're working cloudy to clear with our inside backers all the time. 5 shade 4. So if we get in a 54 look here, okay, the things can change, and there's 2 ways you can draw this up. They can block out or they can block down. If a team's trying to kick our overhang out here all the time, then we might get in a 5 shade 4 and make him kick our defensive end, because that's usually a bigger body guy. The nickel for us is a little bit more of a safety converted down usually. And so this position right here is the field guy. He's always to the field. The Mike and the nickel are married together, the Will and the Jack. So the Will and the Jack are our boundary guys. And so this would be a left call for us. We call it stuff to speed. It's not rocket science. You can see all that on film, so I'm not giving secrets away or anything. But there's multiple ways that you can block these, and this is just one diagram of one of the ways we see it done. Okay, so we get into an inline tight end, and we get a 1-back power set. Like I said earlier, the nickel is our edge contained defender here. Our free safety's in the box because you brought a guy into the box. Okay, so you went 11 personnel. You bring a guy in, we're going to bring a guy in. We're going to force you to throw the ball. And our philosophy a little bit is you can hand the ball off to a guy. He can break a long run and pound his forehead on the goalpost, or we can try to make you throw it to someone, catch the ball, and then try to make that conversion or that first down conversion, or big play or whatever you're trying to do, right? And so we're gonna pack the box as much as possible. Our biggest problem with that is you have to look at this and you got to say, okay, hey, when do I need you to be when are you a conflict player and when are you not? And that's where Coach Rowe, our outside backers coach, I know I said I coach the outside backers, but I've pretty much given it to him. He's been with us for 1 year now, and he's a really good coach, and I don't want to hold him back. So he's been taking those guys, and so he's got to decide when are these guys in conflict, when are they not, how tight to the box can they be, what is the team's game plan, what are they trying to do most of the time. So what you got 11 personnel, our base, which is a tight front, and that's kind of how we look at it. Mike would be Spill, the Will would be the lever. Again, though the free safety, he is not a primary fitter to the front side unless we have an in line. If we have a yo tight end off a fullback that's back here somewhere, then he's a secondary fitter. Is kind of the way we work through that. 54. So if we wanted to run a 54 look, not going to insult your intelligence there. Kind of how that looks for us. If we get a GT look, okay, then the edge setter is here. Okay, this outside backer is our edge setter. We're getting a down block here. This would be our Spill guy. Our lever guy is coming from across the formation. Long way to go. He's got to get there. Okay, he's got to get there. The safety stays backside to help us on anything over here. We've started getting a ton of false pulls with quarterback run game and all kinds of stuff, whether that be an art block out here or an out block, or, you know, in this situation here, he's blocking down, probably not going to pull it in that one. But we've been getting a lot of quarterback run game from the teams we've seen. So we've had to change a little bit, slow some guys down in order for that to not bite us in the butt there on that. So like I told you, if we want to start trying to force you to spill or force a kick onto our defensive ends, then we'll get in a 5-shade-4, figure out who your puller, you know, because everybody's got their favorite pullers usually. You got to figure out which one they want to pull more often, which way where are they most productive at. We're very fortunate. Our 8th grade, 9th grade staffs are with us all weekend long, so we can really dive into the weeds. Every coach on our staff, whether they're 8th grade coach, 9th grade coach, you know, our varsity staff, all have a piece of the pie on a game plan breakdown. And so when we present that stuff, everyone's trying to tell us they're part of it. I think that ownership of all those different things has given our 8th grade, 9th grade staff a say in what's going on with our game plan. And we've been able, the last 2 big hires we've had, to hire from within and promote a guy from our 8th grade or 9th grade staff. And so that's been huge for us. It never fails that one of those guys brings something to us that we didn't see or didn't notice before on the weekend. So there you kind of see that on this look here. 21 personnel. Yet again, you've brought 2 guys to the box. Both my safeties are coming to the box. The thing about our inside run is all of these guys. Let me bring this back. All of these guys here, all 9 are in inside run for us. The way we script has to help us out with this, because our inside run and 7-on-7 are going at the same time. And all of these guys back here are also starting on our secondary or on our offense. And so if they're starting offensive receivers and they're also our starting safeties, and then we've got to find a way to script accordingly so I can get these guys down here at the inside run. And so the way we do that's a whole nother long 30-minute, 45-minute conversation. But you can see how we get in here. This would be the Spill guy. Mike would be the lever guy. Will would work over with this after he tempos the back. Free safety is going to fit where needed. He's slow to go until he knows. This guy's going to spill the wing. This guy would lever in this drawing. And so you can kind of see how that goes there. Got a sniffer counter look here. Same thing, edge setter here. This guy here is the lever player. Mike here would actually be the spill. Got a gap defender here, and then the backside safety is just going to look for work. Okay, maybe it's a deal where if he gets this look, maybe if this is a cat over here, he's doubling the backside. It's whatever you're trying to do off of it. This guy here is obviously in conflict for us because he's got the RPO look, and a lot of schools obviously can RPO with the back on either side, but most of them that we've noticed will RPO with the guy on the quarterback side there. So quarterback run game. This is quarterback S counter is what we call it. Same thing. We tell our guys the box has to play the box. So these guys don't look back here until needed. This guy sees his key. He's working to the backside. We said earlier, this guy right here does not have a primary fit over here. So he can be slower in case we have something. This guy here, it shows him here, but he's actually the lever player of the stretch. Power lead. We see this from a couple schools that we play that are our bigger schools over here in our division. We're in the 6A Division I now, been 6A Division II for several years. A lot of discrepancies kind of in the sizes of our school. That doesn't matter. They play 11, we play 11. But the several times what we've noticed is us playing our guys two ways. Sometimes we've got to find that next best guy. And so if you're getting heavy here, we might have to go with a little heavier personnel and put some different guys in here. But this is kind of how we would look. He's still got a third surface. We tell this guy right here, he has a attached, unattached rule with a third surface. So if he gets a 1, 2, 3 surfaces here, he's going to spill anything off that surface because he has a guy coming outside. This guy's slow to go. And if everything makes you go this way, then he can work over the top. He's our 0-0 player in case something breaks at the back end there. Kind of getting into some film. This is the way we look up front. This is a young group of kids here. It's later in the game. But you kind of get the gist of it. Our overhangs are just right off tackle right here, or off the tackle just out of the frame here. We love for that end zone angle to have those guys in it, but this one doesn't. And so we'll play this through, kind of let you see how we get the fit off this. He sees it. He triggers. Okay. Don't like that he stops his feet in the hole. Okay. Like I said, again, that's a backup kid there, but it doesn't matter. We're going to coach him all the same. This sophomore that's on the left-hand side here, 12, a great ball player for us. Ended up coming in week 3 or 4, 4 or 5 there, and ended up playing most of the season for us as a sophomore and did a great job. Sees the tackle pull off the back block by the guard. Does a great job of not overrunning the back. If you'll notice right here, you'll see him tempo the back. He gets his pull, he tempos the back, and then he's able to get over the top and make a play. Ideally, that's kind of what we want. You can see here our overhangs. This is the same play from a tight angle. If I can get it to stop here. This guy here, we would like for him to be a little bit wider. He's run, and pass. If he gets run, he's going to play run. And then last minute, if he gets the pass look of our RPO, then he'll get out. But we'd like for him to be out here, kind of like this younger kid is here. Little more apex. We don't need him quite that deep. We could play with him, I think, right here, because we want this guy to be able to see the definite block, the safety to be able to see this block. The closer this guy gets in, the closer we're liable to get in, depending on what you're trying to do with this guy. Are you trying to block with him, or are you trying to run out? That's what we got to decide through our game plan situation. So look at another couple looks here. So this for us, we get a lot of different things. Especially from our offense. If you haven't seen our offenses and what they do on offense, it'll make you punch yourself in the face. It's a lot. But we got we got 2x2 here. This is still 10 personnel to us. So we're going to play this guy just like it's 10 personnel. Even though he can block out and they can run quarterback power, all that kind of stuff, we're going to stick at the same look. Actually, I think this is quarterback power here. Okay, so what you see here now, what we tell our outside backers or overhangs here. Let's see if I can get a good end zone angle. As soon as his read gets pull read, he becomes fold player. Okay, so when he blocks out here, then he's going to fold here and try to get on the play. And so he does here and makes he lets him get loose, but he should make the play there as soon as. This we got a twist going on up here at the front. He works out. He's actually a fold player on this one. This guy should spill. This guy should be our fold player, and we're not bringing very much to the party right here. This team here, Harbor, has some really physical kids. Our quarterback was a physical runner. This is a team out of Arkansas here, but we're able to get him down for a shorter game. Not a great angle here on this one. Okay, got an inline tight end. What I don't like is that this guy, our safety here, he's probably a little bit too far over. We like to have him more right in here in the middle of the box, a little bit. But he's a really good athlete, so he's gonna. We tell our guys also to align by your abilities. We don't ever want them to align a different way. We're a 5 shade 4. So we get an out block here. As soon as he sees open, he's triggering, right? He's going to trigger. He's going to try to scrape paint. He's going to fit as close as possible. He's going to work over the top. You see him see this. Hopefully he starts to work over the top, and he does. Cuts his own guy off because I tell him you're cloudy to clear, right? So we need him to be a little bit faster so that he sees this spot here as cloudy with our guy, and he's going to work over the top. Okay, and get to that guy. Their swab here. You'll notice he's a little confusion over here. I think he's supposed to swab and look to the inside backer there who we should be spilling, but a little miscue on their part possibly. Outside backer out here on the right hand side. His guy blocks down. Third surface blocks down. He's getting ready to spill this guy right here. He's getting ready to spill. This guy here, our safety, should be C to B. C's cloudy, he's looking to B. Okay. And if everything wads up, then he's just going to keep working out. It's kind of the way we play that. Tight front. Scrape paint. He does a lot better job here. You can see him really tight to this guy. Okay, this is not good by our outside backer here. Okay, this team here did a really good job. This is Rashawn Woods. If you don't know that name, he played at OSU. Coach Woods did a great job of scheming us and giving us a bunch of false pulls and looks. He knows this guy's supposed to be in the fit, so he runs an arrow with a tight end, makes this guy unsure of what to do, and technically, what he's supposed to do is he's supposed to take the guy the safety's going to fit for him, but we don't get that here. He kind of jumps the gun. He should take that guy. He takes a look back, and I think he gets all out of whack, but he spills it, and our safety should come down and fit the lever there, but he comes back into play. So we're not correct on that. You'll see our backside inside backer needs to get in a better stance. This is our starting tailback here. And so he's probably a little tired, and we probably should have gave him a blow here. But that's running back, H-back, tight end, running backs. All these guys are also players on offense for us. So I probably should have gave him a blow there. Okay, got an inline tight end, 5 shade 4. Spill, good job getting over the top. As he comes downhill, his eyes got to be inside. He's the pull player. We tell our guys, if the quarterback's facing you, you're the pull player, okay? You get a little same side look here, which is fine. We should have plenty of dudes without him. If the quarterback's pulling the ball, he should be able to get there. But if he comes here and the backside puller wants to come and try to kick or anything, he's got to spill that to our next level guy. Spill, lever. You see our inside backers working. They do a pretty good job. Coach Douglas, like I said, he works those same drills over and over and over again and allows our guys to see it and see what's going on. So here we go. We got this play here. I think our alignment gets us a little bit here. I think we're too tight. You can barely even see the guard here. We need to be a little bit wider on this guy. They start to tighten down. Sometimes you got to kind of check your alignment. We use a Sky Coach, and so we should see this stuff, and we don't see it on this one, which is not good for us. Okay, they're trying to block down. Our guy's off the edge. Our safety's slow to fit. Okay, he's slow to fit. He knows he's going to be the lever guy. Okay, he doesn't have to be in a hurry, but he's going to usually get there pretty fast. They're going to make their reads and trigger. 11 personnel. They got a yo tight end, so we've got a safety in the box. They try to block out on our 5. This guy here, we have a 4. So this is a 4 to the strong side, 4, a shade here, and a 5 technique here. He's got to key this guy and be down. He should spill this sniffer and not be outside of him. He does a good job of being physical and driving him back, but he needs to be inside that guy. Inside backer needs to either fit high, shake high, fit low. Backside backer here, we tell him you got a two-way go. You either shake high, fit low, all right, or you work at him, you work and you fit over the top. But you should never go in there and just hit the guy in the face, okay, like that. That's wrong. We can't have that by this number 30 right here, okay? He's got to either shake high, fit underneath him, or he's got to give him a step, and we tell him to cross over and go over the top. And there's kind of a what a mess. I'll get a little bit further here. Okay, so this team here, a very physical team. Okay, this game right here, obviously not one of my most memorable from this year. We got beat on national TV, and that's never a good thing. But this is a really good, really well coached ball team right here. Jinx, they've got a great tradition here in Oklahoma. And so what you don't realize here is this is a 6 OL set. This is 6 linemen here, right? And I know we can say that a lot of tight ends are just linemen with glorified skill jerseys and so forth, but they actually have tight ends when they brought this guy in. And this is their tight end, or had been over here, number 33. And so you get an eye set here. A lot of motions by these guys, so our guys have to think, which is what you do it for. But on the same boat, it makes our guys start to wonder, because is this guy, can he go out? Can he not go out? That's why we have what we call 5-minute footballs. We want to tell them the simple things. Who can go out on passes? When are they covered? When are they uncovered? What jersey numbers are covered? Those things seem simple, but these kids these days, man, they don't play a whole lot of Madden. Hopefully they get some NCAA pretty soon. That'd be great to have a new NCAA game. It's a shameless plug there. Okay. All right. So what we don't really like here is I don't really like the fact that our inside backer is just blowing this gap that's not really his, right? He's going in here and getting wadded up. But what I like to see is these safeties, okay, are fitting off of the split action here from this guy backside. He comes here, they get a kick. So they're both reading this 24 and 33. Okay, his eyes are here, his eyes are here. That's their primary fit. So when he comes here, he knows now I got to lever whatever comes inside of this guy. This guy knows now I'm working cloudy to clear. My guy came across the formation. He's the swab guy, so he should be spill. Spill here, lever here. They do that, and we're able to get a tackle there. Okay, luckily on that guy. That back there's really good fast back. He pounded his forehead on the goalpost more times this game than I really would like to tell you about. Kind of had them backed up here. Able to bring a little bit of heat. So some of this may be me making bad calls. All right. So we talk about being physical here. That's the kind of way that's the way we want to set the edge here. 22 here, very physical outside backer we got. Comes, sets the edge. This guy here has got to do a better job. He did a pretty good job a while ago reading that fullback kick, but he should be over here getting ready to lever the inside of this guy. He tries to hit it backside A. And so what we have here is we have our corner and our safety. Our corner doesn't have anything to worry about, because his guy that's right here is the ineligible 6 offensive lineman. And so he can be a little bit more aggressive, and he got down into the party. So he's able to come down in here, and he draws a block that's able to get us into the backfield. Not a safety. Dude got out of the end zone. So something we have to make sure we tell our guys. We don't want to exert all that energy really at that point. All right, keep it at this angle because it's kind of a bad angle on this play. Almost the same angle, but what you can see now is they got a tight end in here, which now makes this corner have to worry about a coverage situation. Need to be more physical at the point of attack on the edge over here. Our outside backer's angle's bad. And so he needs to know that either this guy's the kick or he's the kick, right? He's got a peak, and if this guy's heading downhill, then the kick's coming from this guy. So what they did essentially is they swapped their responsibilities from the previous 2 plays when they were coming out. This guy was a kick. This guy was a swab. Now they're kicking with this guy, and they're going to lead with this one here. But you see our safety coming downhill. Don't like how deep he is at all. Way back here, there's no reason for you to be way out back there. Don't get in the inside linebacker's way, but be way down here on the play. Defensive line-wise, he needs to be more physical, okay? He needs to be able to get through this guy's shoulder and get vertical. We want to try to get vertical and knock all these pullers off. We stress more than anything with our defensive linemen. Get vertical, get vertical, get vertical. Read your keys, get vertical, hands-on, punch, deliver the blow, just like everybody else does. But he's a little too flat right here, and it kind of gives us a little bit of wash. But I'll be honest with you, I don't mind a little bit of wash, because a little bit of wash, if he was to get physical right here, it would clear that up for these two guys here to see that. Let's see if we can see that look on the end zone. There you go. All right. Little orbit motion. Okay, so this is out of our bandit, our three safety package, whatever you want to call it. Got three defensive linemen here. These are actually skill guys. We brought speed on the field, trying to get some more fast twitch guys on the field. I'm not great at coaching it up yet. I'll be honest with you. Our defensive backs coach Cole, Coach Nelson last year do a better job at helping me fit these run fits, and I've been doing a lot of work on that this spring. But you'll see us fit the same fit. For us, the way we fit this early in the season like this is our wheel linebacker here. So we got a 3-4, but he's just from back here. He's going to play it from a little bit of depth. And you see our inside backers get the same look. 30 is going to spill, and 8 would lever it. So that's kind of how we play that there. Okay, back to some of our stuff here. Tight front. Like I said, we are in tight front probably like 75-80% of the time, because I like deep. For me, I have a fail safe if I've got 5 guys for 4 gaps. One of these inside backers is a plus defender for us, what we call our plus, and he's able to flow and freely and just run the ball. Inside backer triggers there. I don't like how he triggers there and gets hit in the chest. He needs to be more physical. Let's see if we get a better look here on this angle here. Outside backer's got to come set the edge. Luckily, he doesn't get there. 57 does a pretty good job here of getting physical and getting into this double team at the top, fighting vertical, knocks a puller off, and then kind of pinballs into to tackle there. I'm probably going to give that dude a tackle right there. One, because he's going to ask for it and he's going to beg for it. Coach, I did all the work, but I'm not going to split hairs on that tackle for a D-line kid. It's playing really hard. Not great stances right here. Okay, so don't judge us on that. Not real good there on that. We need to work on that. We get an out block right here. Okay, 30 needs to sit. 30's bad here. Okay, inside backer. As soon as he gets this out block here, of course, the end zone not happen on that one. As soon as he gets the down block here, he shouldn't trigger. This should be clouded. This guy here's got to work back inside here. This should all wad up right here. He should work cloudy to clear and scrape paint off this guy, because he is the primary to the front side. Okay, so here we go. We got this is a lot. This is some schemed up stuff right here. Don't have a great end zone of it. Okay, so there it is. All right, so we got an inline tight end, got a sniffer, got one of their best players right over here also. Running back, quarterback. I can't remember where he's going to college at, Division I school. These guys do a lot of trading, the tight end, wing sets. They do a lot of motion, stuff like that. They do a lot of good stuff, man. It makes us work it really hard. And so they line up here, trade these guys over, okay, gets us all out of whack. Okay, so what you don't see, and we don't talk about too much pre-snap here, is that I didn't mention also is this. All right, they got a tackle over set, right? So you got your center, guard, tackle, guard, tight end, sniffer, fullback, and your Z or your receiver here. Okay, so when they trade this tight end and everything over, They want us to get us all moving over here. But luckily we had already pre-snap redeclared, right? Because of their alignment. So we already got a 5 shade 4. And so we're almost in our base front. We're almost already in our base front. Everybody's gapped out. Not a sold all out to gap, being gapped, completely gapped sound. We want to be physical through our gaps and maybe, cancel gaps with people sometimes. But if you look at it, we are here. They motion him over, and then they're going to run the counter play back to where they motioned from. Okay, so they're going to motion back. They're going to try to kick here. He's attached. He's got a third surface because his rules this week for these guys, if you had a tight end to your side and they were tackle over, we were still going to spill it because we had the extra bodies over here because he's an eligible receiver. So he needs to spill. Don't like the physicality there at all by 3. He needs to bring more to the party. I'll show you from this angle here. They trade the tight end, trade the sniffer, orbit motion, trying to get a whole lot of movement. The good thing about what we do is, one, these 4 guys in the back end were 3-year starters. All 4 of them have gone to Division I school this year. We're very fortunate to have those guys. Got to replace all 4 of those guys. They're super smart. And so that when this guy motions over here, he spills back. This safety here that you see coming down the picture really fast is reading off this guy. Okay, this orbit motion of the other safety was taking that look. All right, and then he comes flying down out of the sky. He's seen this play. We get 20. We run about 20 plays in inside run, and he's seen all these plays, probably 60. About 60 run plays throughout the course of the week. But he does a good job. Corner should be actually the guy playing that, but as we all know, what they're trying to do is that a lot of teams have been trying to do to us is force our corner, okay, to be the fit guys, to make tackles. And in this game, they exposed those guys some. Okay, great kids. I'd go to war with them tomorrow, but they kind of exposed those guys a little bit, and we had to call them out. And then they luckily 3 weeks from this game here, we were able to be more physical, and those guys rose to the occasion a little bit. We were able to come back and get a win. You can tell there's a lot of people at this game, man. It's a big rivalry. This school's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes from us. Like I said, great coaching staff, great tradition there. Let's see what time I got here. 4 more minutes, right? You said last 10, correct? All right, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay, inside backer triggers. The good thing I like here is our backside 26. He's slow to go. Okay, this is one of the things that Coach Woods did a really good job of with these guys. Motions away, counters back to it, condensed formations, trying to get us to pack the box and make adjustments that we didn't need to make. So there you go. Condensed formation again. All right, so this is one of the first plays of the game, I believe, if I'm correct on this. They jet motion us over here, okay? They're looking to kick here. Now, our outside backers, we have multiple ways that we're going to play this, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But if your guy goes in motion against these guys, we knew they were going to try to do all this. This kid here is one of their best dudes. He's a Division I kid, I think, going to OSU, Oklahoma State University. And that's the guy they wanted to get most of their jets to. So this guy right here, we told him this week, if he goes in motion, it's an automatic add-on for you. And so when he adds on, he doesn't have to worry about doing anything with these guys. He's upfield shoulder, the deepest man. Quarterback's facing away from him, so he knows now I am making the play on the back. Okay, so if it was same side, he'd be able to 3 power and bend, and whatever that back's footwork and path is, he can adjust to that, but he does not have to worry about waiting on this kick by this GT look right here. Okay, these guys here, he's cloudy to clear. This guy should see GT pull and pull. The motion over here is handled by the back end. These inside backers do not worry about all that smoke and mirrors. Okay, the best way that we notice that is when they start going with the motions. Okay, they can start seeing when he starts looking in at this motion. Okay, they missed their job, which is the GT. Don't worry about all the smoke and mirrors. Okay, another great team here, a North Tulsa team, Wasso, great coaching staff right here. Starting quarterback needs to be a little bit more physical right here, right? It's not even your throwing arm, right? Bring a little bit more to the party, okay? Bring it to the party. It's cloudy to clear. Okay, what I really do like about this, I talked about it earlier, is I like a little bit of wash. I don't want you getting washed across the formation, but if I'm washed a little bit, his job is to fit right off this guy's hip. This guy's supposed to kick. This guy's supposed to swab right here. Okay, so now he can fit tight, and this guy can work over the top because of a little bit of wash right here. Not across the formation, but a little bit of wash. Not great job. On the backside here, as soon as he sees pull, he needs to not run vertical. You can see he's crossing his feet over here. That's no good there. This guy here, we want to see him put more hands on here and fight half a man and get vertical through his gap and try to close and cancel all this gap out. Another look here. Tandem, what we call tandem here, back and sniffer on the same side, but he's out of the tackle box. So our job for our outside backers coach, Coach Rowe, is to figure out if he's out here, if he's out of the box, is he blocking out? Is he blocking across the formation? What does he do? And so we know he's out of the box. What we need right here about 5'7" is he needs to be flat down this guy's chasing this pull. He should make that tackle. We expect him to make that tackle. He's fast enough, but his footwork is bad. He steps under himself. He should be stepping here, putting hands on this guy and following these pullers is the way that should look. One more here. Okay, get the jet look again. All right, so now this one, nine's the dude, right? And so for us, what we know with nines away, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but you'll notice our outside backer now is not inside of this guy. Nine's away, so when he's away, we had a different alignment for these guys because we wanted to split these two. Corner would fit out, safety would fit inside if needed, because we didn't want this guy right here to get an automatic edge where we could block down and then it's one-on-one with this guy in the sideline. We wanted to be more physical out here, punch vertical through this, set the edge, and let these guys fit into the box. They run the counter here off of it, but which, like I mentioned earlier, okay, they're trying to get the corner into the fit. Actually, this is it's a 2-up. So they got two guys on the line of scrimmage here. You got the sniffer here. He's off the line of scrimmage. He's ineligible. And so the corner's got to make the fit back over here. So we're going to be more physical there, hopefully, right? Set the edge. We're going to spill. Inside backer should work down. And then this corner now has to come make the play. And like I said, that's what a lot of teams have tried to do to us, is to force our corner to start getting into the run fit. And like I said, later on in the year, they did that. That's kind of my time there on this session. Put my email address back up here for you guys. We love to talk football and Bixby, and any way we can help anyone, we'd love to work with you guys. Hopefully I will, if you call, I promise you I'm going to steal ideas from you. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening, and we'll turn it over to you for questions if anybody has any.
Awesome, Coach. Good stuff. Yes, sir. Coaches, just like Coach said, this is the time for Q&A, so you can submit any questions you might have via that Q&A chat box option on Zoom. So let's see what we got. But yeah, thanks again, Coach. And then coaches, yeah, make sure you note Coach Flowers' email right there. And like I said prior, these sessions will end up on Glacier Drive if you want to rewatch. But while we have Coach here, feel free to submit any questions you may have. Cool. Yep, we got one. On the DL, do you have them watch the ball or do you have them watch the ball or movement of their keys for get off for the DL?
Most often the ball. I mean, we're on the ball for our ball get off and stuff, and but if they can, if they can tip off the key shoulder of the guard next to them, that's what we tell them also. We're going to key the shoulder of the guard with our defensive ends. Unless there's a false read of some kind, we're going to get out of it. But we're going to use the ball most often than not. Because if not, in Oklahoma, we play by NFHS rules. And so if you jump offside, it's automatic 5 yards. And that's one of the things that I had to get used to when I was a D-line coach coming up from Texas. And so we definitely had to keying the balls better for us. So
Good stuff. Another one came in. Do you have separate coaches for inside linebackers and outside linebackers?
Yes. Our inside backer coach, Coach Douglas, has both inside guys. And then prior to hiring Coach Rowe last year, I coached the outside backers. And now we have Coach Rowe. They really don't need me at all, I guess. But we have 2 coaches for inside and outside. We have 2 inside outside backer. We have one that coaches D-line, one that coaches inside, one that coaches outside, corners coach, and then a safeties coach. We're fortunate here to have 5 bodies and then myself right now. So we actually have an extra one. Sometimes we steal Coach Rowe, our outside backer coach, was going to be an 8th grade coach, and he does our graphic design. So all our graphics and stuff, he does that. But he's such a good coach. We found out real fast. He's been a defense coordinator at a small school here in Oklahoma, and so he needed a position. So I'm not too arrogant to give up a spot when now I got a good guy. So
that's awesome. Doesn't look like we have any. Let's see. Coach Rivera asks, do you have the inside linebacker read the guards or read through the guard to the back and go with the flow and fit?
We call it the triangle. So we're reading the guard. Primary reads guard. The tackle flash is part of that read. And then they read the back. So a lot of stuff we were getting is they pull the guard tackle one way and then run whatever play that you want to call, whatever it may be, stretch, zone, whatever. They false pull us and run something back the other direction. So we had to slow down our guy. That, and a lot of teams would hit power backside A. And so for us getting over the top, we were vacating the backside B gap sometimes, depending on the front we were in. And so primary reads for our inside guys are our guards, the guard tackle, and then they work to their secondary read off that, which is our inside back, is the running back. So outside backers, we're getting run pass reads off we like to be the end man, but a lot of times we get some false reads and bad reads from those guys. And so we're going to find the guy that gives us that run pass read. Coach Rowe's going to figure out which one of those nearest linemen or tight ends can give us that look. And then they're going to go off of whatever that run pass read they get to be able to get out of the box. Because, like I said, we're going to pack the box pretty tight most often than not.